So behind me, behind that fence there, is something that's 2,000 years old, and if you want to see what that is, stick around and watch the rest of the video. I'm starting out on an epic journey today, doing a 14-mile hike around the river, but have a look at this. Really black clouds, and they're coming this way, so I might have to get my coat out, and it might be a wet hike, so we'll see how it goes.
I've been in your waters, been knocking at your door. I know one thing for sure.
Really hoping it doesn't rain. Just started this journey, I can't be dealing with rain straight away. You can just feel it in the air. It's like there's like a mist, as if we're in a cloud, and it's really cold, and I have a feeling that the heavens are just going to burst open any moment. But where we're heading to now is along the Walker Line route towards the coast, and we're going to cut off just where the Tyne tunnel is and go through the Tyne tunnel, and then we're going to head back down the other side of the river all the way to the Tyne bridges, cross there, and then back along the river back home. Overall it's about 14 miles, so it should be a good hike, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. But if I get absolutely steaming wet, then it's probably not so good. But wind, rain, I've just got to do these things, and there's a little bit of history along the way. I'm knackered already. Had to get my jacket on because the rains have started to come down. Here's an old bridge. That used to be one of the paths down into the shipyards back in the day. Obviously this used to be an old railway line, taking goods to the shipyards and taking coal and all that kinds of stuff. It's starting to really rain now, and I don't feel too bad at the moment because it's not really heavy. Plus I've got my jacket with us, thank goodness. It's keeping us warm. Hopefully I can get to the Tyne tunnel, which is still some ways off, and then hopefully it'll stop raining by the time I get the gates in on the other side. We'll see. To be fair, I don't think it's going to stop raining today. There's a big storm hitting the south of the UK at the moment, and we're kind of in the top tail end where just all the rain gets dumped. But up here in the north, we're used to rain. So we're coming up to a little bit of a surprise soon, so I'll show you that when I get there. Let's go. Does that give you a bit of a clue? here. Everyone's probably wanted to see this. Now I kind of go inside and over the fence, but what's on the other side of this fence is it's a reconstructed Roman baths, which is pretty epic. The whole building has been entirely reconstructed. I've never been inside, I don't know what it looks like. We'll have to keep that for another video. But on the other side of the fence here is the old Roman fort. This is the Wall's End, the end of Hadrian's Wall, and it extends across the length of Britain. I'll lay the map over and I'll give you a little bit of history. 2,000 years old. Here's a piece of it, piece of the fort. Let's see if we can get up here actually. Oh, there you go. "2,000 years old. God, isn't that just amazing? I love the history around here. It's fantastic. And then across all over here was some of the most historic shipbuilding in the United Kingdom. There's a shipyard just there, all abandoned now. A shame. That was a different era. There's some names of the Romans that built the wall. I couldn't even begin to pronounce any of those names. But as I say, one day we'll come and have a proper look at this area, and we'll actually get inside the museum and look about. So that's all you're getting for now. 2,000 years of history. All the times I've walked and ridden my bike along there, I've never seen that sign before. Let's see what we can see. Oh, now this is good. Did you know this was the site of the Ship Inn, locally known as the Ship in the Hole? Demolished in 2013. The remains of the Roman baths now lie at the depth of over 3.5 meters, 12 feet below the modern ground. The ground has risen because of coal fallen from the wagonway, and because earth and clay was dumped here when the Swan Hunter shipyard was enlarged around 1900s, before the pub was built. Wow, this is pretty cool. "2,000 years old." So you can see the river in the background there with some cranes. We're going to be walking on the opposite side of that river once we cross it through the Tyne tunnel. So just done on Wall's End, Roman baths that way, Rome that way, 1,110 miles away. Bowness on Solway 84, Ravenglass 139, and Sedgedunham Museum. And there's a reason this place is called Wall's End, as it's the end of Hadrian's Wall on the east side. Just think all the Roman soldiers that were staged here 2,000 years ago. They were 1,110 miles away from home, some of them. That's pretty cool. the entrance down into Swan Hunters, where hundreds of men would have once walked down into the shipyards. I think I've got an old picture showing all the men piling down towards or out of the shipyards. I'll see if I can find it and I'll post it up. But another long lost bit of history. Not quite 2,000 years old, but nonetheless just as important to the history of this area. It looks like this area was once a rail yard, which would be correct. It's interesting to see that the land hasn't really changed at all. I remember riding my bike up this steep bank, and at the time it was really hard, but it doesn't even look that steep. There's a nice beautiful bridge here, and I am bloody soaked through. It is pissing down. Not sure how old that bridge is, but it looks beautiful. I was going to stick to the main road, but then I remembered that down this hill lay this bridge, and it carries the metro over the river, and I could imagine it once carried steam trains and whatnot. But it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 big arches. That's quite a big bridge. I have to keep rubbing you guys just to clean you off, because the rain is coming down, if you haven't already noticed, and if I haven't already said. But we're going to cross this little dinky bridge here. There's been a lot of rain, so this little river's in full swing. Usually it's just like a little trickle. Beautiful. Right, I'm going to put you guys away, and I will see you at the Tyne tunnel as we go down under the River Tyne.